What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sports PSP in the building. Hope you all enjoying the rest of your day. Want to talk about some NFL news regarding the Las Vegas Raiders. After 9 seasons with the Raiders, Derek Carr has said his goodbyes. Let me read you his statement he posted on his Instagram. Raider Nation, it breaks my heart I didn't get an opportunity to say goodbye in person. We certainly have been on a roller coaster in our 9 years together. From the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful and appreciative of the years of support you gave to my family and me. We had our share of both heartbreaking moments and game-thrilling drives, and it always felt like you were there next to me. It's especially hard to say goodbye because I can honestly say that I gave you everything I had, every single day in season and in the off season. It certainly wasn't perfect, but I hope that I was able to leave you with more than a few great memories as Raider fans. Thank you to the city of Oakland for taking us in. Thank you to the city of Las Vegas for allowing us to proudly call you home. Thank you to the organization, my teammates, all my coaches, staff, and everyone that helped me these last 9 years in those 2 buildings. Thanks to all of Raider Nation that supported, encouraged, pushed, and uplifted me at different times along this journey. Raider Nation truly is special. I once said that if I'm not a Raider, I would rather be at home, and I meant that. But I never envisioned ending this way. That fire burning inside of me to win a championship still rages, a fire no man can extinguish, only God. So I look forward to a new city and a new team who, no matter what the circumstance, will get everything I have. Winning a championship is what I've always wanted and what I will continue to work towards. God bless you all, and all with love. DC4. So I just read you that statement Derek Carr just put out on his Instagram. And the Raiders, they had 2 last games left in the regular season. They decided to bench Derek Carr and go with Jarrett Stidham, the backup quarterback. No surprise there because Jarrett Stidham, Josh McDaniels, going back to their days in New England when Josh McDaniels was the offensive coordinator. And another reason why the Raiders decided to bench Derek Carr, I'm just reading this paragraph from this NBC Sports article from Mike Florio. This is what Mike Florio just wrote. From the moment the Raiders bench quarterback Derek Carr with 2 games to play in the 2022 regular season, it became clear that they did it to avoid owing him $40.4 million as of February 15th. The 3rd day of the 2023 waiver period. Carr won't be back. We already knew it. On Thursday, he said so. Now, what do I make of Derek Carr announcing his goodbyes? And what do I make of what I just read from that paragraph from Mike Florio? Look, 2 things could be true. Derek Carr wasn't the greatest quarterback in the world for the Raiders. As a starter, he was 63 and 79. He only was able to get to the playoffs once in his career. He only played 1 playoff game for the Raiders. 2016, he was able to get the Raiders. That was actually his best season of his career. 12-3, threw for almost 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. But unfortunately, he was hurt during late of that season. I think it was a game against the Indianapolis Colts. And then after that, the rest was history. He was unable to play in the playoffs. So when I look at Derek Carr, look, 63 and 79 as a starter. He wasn't the greatest quarterback in the world to begin with, but he's proven to be a solid quarterback. Look, 64.6%, 35,000 yards, 217 touchdown passes, only 99 interceptions. So you look at these numbers. He's a solid quarterback at best. But at the same time, he wasn't in the greatest circumstances. I mean, if you look at the Raiders, historically, their problems were defense during Derek Carr's time with the Raiders. And if you look at the Raiders defensively this season in 2022, they were 26th in team defense, 29th in passing defense, 19th in rushing defense, 26th in scoring defense, and in conversions against, they were 18th. So the Raiders finished the season 6-11 with Josh McDaniels, first year as the head coach. Now, what have I said about Josh McDaniels? I never thought he was worthy of being a head coach again, given how things transpired during his time in Denver. He wasn't the greatest coach in the world to begin with at Denver. Okay, number one. And number two, he's just proven to be a product of Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Because outside of that, when you think of Josh McDaniels, anything else, you don't view him positively. So he wasn't the right coach to begin with for the Raiders. And I just read you all the stats with the Raiders defensively. So therefore, to put it into context, yes, Derek Carr wasn't the greatest quarterback in the world to begin with. But at the same time, let's not act or pretend as if he was in ideal circumstances. So let's be fair. Now, the best place for Derek Carr to succeed or flourish, believe it or not, I actually have the New York Jets. I have the New York Jets. Why? Because unlike the Raiders, they actually have a defense, a really good defense, led by Robert Saleh, the former defensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers, now the current head coach of the New York Jets. Their problem, the reason why the Jets didn't make the playoffs this year was because of quarterback, because of how disappointing Zach Wilson was in year 2. And after 2 years with the Jets, it's fair to say it's over for Zach Wilson, because you saw much more potential with the offense with Mike White and Joe Flacco. I'm sorry, but that's an indictment on Zach Wilson. And I would like to think or assume with Derek Carr, under those circumstances, with the pieces they have offensively with Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, who comes back from injury, Elijah Moore, Berrios, I would like to assume Derek Carr would be just fine, and especially with a defense that he can count on. So I think the Jets should consider him. I think that the Tennessee Titans should consider him, because I think he would be an upgrade compared to Ryan Tannehill, even though some may say that's not really that much to brag. I wouldn't mind Derek Carr in D.C., because I've said it before, I never wanted Carson Wentz in the first place. Although you could say, wait a minute, Parnell, there's still Taylor Heineke, there's still Sam Howell. So I don't know, Derek Carr in Washington, fine. But I think there are other teams that he can go and start. But the Jets, definitely at the top of that list. I think Derek Carr would be a great fit for the New York Jets. Again, he's not the best. He's not the most spectacular quarterback in the world. However, he's a quarterback that if you put him with some pieces, and more importantly, if you give him a defense, if you put him under the right structure, something he hasn't really had much during his time with the Raiders, I think he'll be just fine. And I also think that the Jets could actually make the playoffs. I really do believe that. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you make? Where should Derek Carr go? Was it really more Derek Carr's fault during his time with the Raiders, or was it really the Raiders' fault? Anyway, it's your boy Sports PSP. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. And as usual, God bless.